You may also be aware that many time travelers have come forward with testimonies about their trips to the future. None of them are lying. Time travel was actually first successfully accomplished in 1981. Many of these time travelers, they have different stories about what the future is like, yet all of them are in fact telling the truth. This is because there is an infinite number of universes. This means that every possible universe exists, and it is possible to move freely between these universes. This gets me back to my job at the British Intelligence Agency. We had developed a machine that allowed one to not only time travel, but move between these parallel universes. This is how time travel works. Every time someone travels, they travel between parallel universes. They travel to an alternate universe, or a universe in which the year is different from the one they came from. That is why some accounts of the future might be different than others. I'll tell you about my first experience time traveling. I was put in the machine, which was a small sphere with only enough room for one person. The sphere was only about 4 inches thick and was made of lead to protect from the radiation involved in this process. The way they explained it to me was we live in a simulation. In fact, every universe is a simulation. I would first be sent to the 4th dimension, and then from there I would enter another universe with a different time. This was in the early 2000s. We had perfected the technology to a degree in which we could pinpoint a specific year. I was sent to the year 3000. We didn't know if human civilization would still be around, but we took the chance. During the process, I must have lost consciousness and regained it in what seemed to be only a few seconds. I was still inside of the spherical machine, however, through the window now, I saw a red sky. I opened the hatch and got out. It was in the middle of a large city covered with smog, presumably from pollution. There were very large buildings, but nobody seemed to be on the base level. It was empty. I looked up and saw flying transportation hundreds of feet above me, and I could only see the lights penetrating through the thick smog. I got an indication that the oxygen levels were low, so I had to get back inside of the time machine. I travelled back to the year I came from and was soon back inside my natural time. The scientists said I had only been gone for a few seconds, while I spent several minutes in the future. After telling the scientists my story, they then explained to me how exactly everything works. As it turns out, with every moment that goes by, we as humans actually travel to another universe in which things are slightly different. So a single universe is actually just a frozen moment in time, and certain universes are linked together to form what we know as a timeline. Now, in recent times, many people have been reporting instances in which they remember something one way, but then when they look back, it actually occurred another. These are commonly referred to as false memories, or the Mandela effect. This is all due to the experiments in recent years being carried out by major governments around the world. There have been attempts to move the whole world onto another timeline and to change certain things. This is due to political, economical, and psychological reasons. Now, you may be wondering how we acquired this technology. There have been a number of cover-ups of crashed extraterrestrial crafts. We were able to actually reverse engineer some of these crafts, and we found that they contained the advanced technology needed to time travel.